641, welcome back. In today's Family First, we're getting a better understanding of teen loneliness and what experts think is to blame.
Yeah, the U.S. Surgeon General found loneliness in young Americans has risen every year for more than a decade. And some experts say it could be because kids have switched away from childhoods on the playground. You know, a lot of us spent time outdoors. You come in when the street lights come on. But now kids spend a lot of time on screens.
They sure do. Now, that report suggests loneliness in American teens could be leading to depression, anxiety, and other mental health problems. Fox 81's Sara Sanchez spoke to an internationally recognized child psychologist to understand why our kids are lonely and what parents can do to help.
Loneliness to a child means I can be in a huge group and I still feel by myself and alone.
Pediatricians and educators are sounding the alarm.
We're looking at unbelievable rise in our children's youth mental health problems in epidemic proportions.
Dr. Michelle Borba is an educator, author, and parenting child expert. Her book, Thrivers, addresses the increase in anxiety and feelings of emptiness in youth. She's traveled the world, interviewed children, and researched what's driving poor mental health in youth.
We overlook what really matters for our children: connection, feeling safe, feeling like we're part of a group. All of those are things we can do. We did when they were younger. We had play dates.
A return to play dates of sorts. It might sound silly, but Dr. Borba says it could be the key to addressing loneliness in tweens and teens. In fact, in a report from the U.S. Surgeon General from last year, it found teens are spending 70% less time with their friends than they were 20 years ago.
Loneliness also needs a village to correct it. It needs a place where you bond and connect and get along with each other.
And getting back to communities is what Dr. Borba says is important. Scouts, clubs, church groups, any place where kids or teens can meet face to face with their peers, something she says doesn't happen on social media.
Even though we think it's a connector, it's actually a disconnector because you're really not connecting with somebody face to face. What most of the kids are telling me is that they're lacking the ability to read each other right now. They're spending so much time looking down at a screen.
In other words, kids are lacking social skills. Dr. Borba says it's a learned behavior and could be the key to counteracting loneliness. As far as knowing when your child might need help, Dr. Borba says ask teachers or coaches if they've noticed a shift in your child or use the 2 index.
Anytime you are too worried about your child, all of a sudden you're seeing too much of a change in your child that's too different, that has your radar up, then I'd say go get some help.
If your child needs help, speak with their pediatrician. She also recommends parents stay calm, consistent, and don't push too hard, but stay persistent.
Don't give up, because the single greatest correlation of a child who gets through a tough time is a caring adult who refuses to give up on that child.
Sara Sanchez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.